welcome back to another edition of the Pitch Putt and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, aka RGB. Just want to take a quick second before we get rolling with our guest tonight to give a couple shout outs to our sponsors. Our newest sponsor, golfercbd.com. Make sure you guys go and check them out. This is a really cool product. They got a bunch of different options for you. They have the topicals with the cream, they got the performance sprays, they got some gummies for you, and then they got some relief cream. So make sure you guys go, recovery cream, excuse me. Make sure you go and check them out. So what Golfer CBD is doing is they're basically introducing a range of naturally sourced products, enhancing golfers' skills and capability during their training process, their game prep, the performance, and the relaxation. This is developed and produced by golfers for golfers' specific needs, used and supported by performance and professional golfers across the U.S. and in Europe. The Golfer CBD is manufactured in the USA. Make sure you check them out. We've got a promo code for you. PPP10, 10% off. I'm going to get into some of these this weekend on the course. Definitely interested in the gummies to see what kind of focus I get on those. Like I said prior, I wasn't a big, CBD guy until I actually used some of it. I'm interested in definitely the recovery cream for my back, stuff like that. So make sure you guys go and check out golfercbd.com. Use promo code PPP10. Also, can't forget 420 Bliss, located at 740 Hoosick Road in Troy, New York, located right in the Walmart Plaza. Make sure you stop in there, check them out. If you're locally in the 518, you don't feel like leaving the house, you can use the website and they'll deliver. So 420-bliss.com. Make sure you let them know the Pitch Putt and Puff crew sent you. They have everything you're looking for, from vapes, edibles, tinctures, flour, pre-rolls, you name it, they got it. Ty and the crew over there definitely holding it down. And then once again, my man Marty at Treble Off the Tee. No better sponsor to have for me because I struggle off the tee more than anybody. Make sure you check out TrebleOffTheTee.com. We got promo code RGB for 15% off site-wide, as well as promo code PUFF for a limited time offer on buy one, get one free on the polos. But real quick, we're going to take a quick break and get into our guest tonight. Real excited about this one. We're going to have a little reveal tonight, a little surprised gift I got from this guest that I'm really anticipating opening and see what it's all about. So stay tuned. And we're back here with the Pitch Putt and Puff podcast. Once again, it's RGB. Like to introduce my guest tonight. We got Slick Willie from the Slickest Golf. What's up, Willie? Appreciate you jumping on, man.
Aloha from Maui, Roger. What's happening?
What's up, man? Yeah, what is it, 6-hour time difference we got here?
Well, you just put your kids to bed, and I have not gotten mine down for a nap yet.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, it's beautiful out there in Hawaii. I really appreciate you jumping on, man. I've been checking out your stuff. I think originally what I seen on there was one of the custom head covers you did was like, I don't know if it was a Ghostbusters or Ninja Turtles or something that stuck out to me. Brought me back to my childhood, and I was like, oh, man, that's dope. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the business?
How about we talk about what you just said first? Nostalgia, okay? Yeah. Yep. Nostalgia is something that you and I both know. We feel something when we see something. Yep. Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles, you name it. Like, nostalgia is very strong. And when you talk about golf, I'm not going out there playing with super young, super old. I love playing with our age group, right?
Yep.
And nostalgia plays a huge part in us coming together. So I love the idea of anybody getting whatever they want put on their covers. It speaks their language. I honestly, Roger, I don't like people getting things with their names on them.
Why would you said that. You said that to me. Yep. Yeah.
But if you like Thundercats, I'm on board. If you like something I don't even know about, which I did a Squirtle Turtle Pokemon, that I think that missed our generation, or maybe 10 years removed. Yeah. I'll still do it because it means that much nostalgia to you. But I really want to make one-of-a-kind, custom stitched club covers that reach your soul, that reach your energy. And my mantra really is that if somebody looks from it at afar and connects, they're connecting with you.
Right.
And if they don't, they're not your nostalgic type. They're not in that group. But
Yeah, you're making it. You're still making it personal, but you're not personalizing it. Is what it sounds like you like to do.
Exactly. And I I try to do my part to pick the brain of the client to really draw out. Yes, of course, you're gonna like your school logo. Yes, of course, you're gonna like it in my style, or maybe not, whatever. But it's digging deep. Do you really want to put so and so on a cover and represent that, or can you dig deep and find something original in you, and I'll make something original for you?
Yep. Yep. That's awesome. Yeah, because yeah, there was a bunch of different things that I seen on there that stood out, man. Just like just the custom work that you do. How did you get into it? How did you start getting into the custom head covers?
Yeah, so I'm a I'm a product design graduate. I like making stuff. I'm an inventor. Anything in my house can probably be connected Bluetooth speaker, you know. And then probably about 2.5 years ago, my wife was getting rid of a fake, crappy Louis Vuitton tote bag. It was this huge bag, but she was throwing it out and she hadn't used it. She
Yeah.
goes, "I know you'll probably make something out of this." And I had just bought a new driver, and we can get into my golf later, but it was kind of that cheap Cobra driver, but it had this really kind of cool cover. It had 7 panels, as I call it. So I chopped this bag up and I measured everything, and I reverse engineered the cover and engineered the tote bag to turn it into a Louis Vuitton club head cover.
Huh.
And it kind of sparked something in me that was, I showed it to my wife. I said, what do you think about this? I made a Louis Vuitton club head cover. She said, "Well, that's not real." I said, "Well, what's real then? Because it is in the flesh. It's
Yeah.
good. Like, it's somebody might want something like this, you know?"
Right.
And then from there, I got scared of the idea of like approaching on all these designers, and I started making, you know, covers, very easy stitch covers. I found my style, blowing things up, tilting them, cropping off. I have a strong influence of, you know, logos don't need to be seen small, in full, centered, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a couple for my parents for Christmas. As a creative person, you just make stuff for your parents for Christmas gifts.
Sure.
Made a couple for them, made one for my friend, and I think it just started kind of running and growing after that.
Huh. Yeah, because that's something where like no, like the stitching and all that would be the hardest thing for me to even figure out is how do I put this damn thing together. So that's where I would have a tough time figuring it out. Now,
That took a couple phases too. I thought, oh, I can do the 7 panel. No, the 7 panel's hard as shit, man. That is tough to make. So I started like kind of streamlining my templates down. Really, I would buy cheap covers online and reverse engineer them and find out sizes, where the elastic goes, what makes it work. And as a designer and stuff, it's good to always know the ins and the outs. But you're right. It's like you have to start somewhere. I did. I had to learn how to do it because I had no intention of doing this. It just kind of fell in my lap.
right. What's your favorite head cover you've made so far?
I have so many that are personally favorite, like we talked about. I have a full set of Back to the Future and Back to the Future 2. It's got, Marty McFly silhouette kind of on the driver. It's got a 3-wood that has the graphics of the hoverboard.
Nice.
And then the sick one is kind of the 5-wood or the hybrid or something, where the Nike logo on the Air Mag lights up on the front of it.
Oh, that's cool. That's really
Which led
cool.
me to like putting electronics and lights, and who cares what it is?
Yeah.
Don't ask why, ask why not,
Absolutely. Oh, that's sick. So you have the lights right in there and everything in the head cover?
There, with being a product designer, like I went to school learning, look, the world is so cool and advanced in LEDs. You can be battery operated everything now.
Yeah.
And I made a matrix cover that has Neo on the front, so simplistic, but then behind him is like a transparent black layer with 256 LED matrix panels that have the little green lines going down.
Oh
and it's
wow!
totally battery op.
And you're creating all this yourself. You're coming up with all these
Dude,
ideas yourself and shit.
it's funny you say that. A lot of design requests I get come in saying, "Do you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Does your company?"
Yeah.
I've never gone out of my way to. I mean, besides maybe a blurb on Instagram saying like "one man, one machine." Sometimes that gets overlooked.
Yeah.
I started this thing covering the pool table in my basement with my 3 little girls running around. I've expanded a little bit, and but I've never changed my mentality towards like, look, I'm going to take the time to get you what you want
Right.
because I only got to do it once.
Yep.
I will take it and run with it one time for you to get you that one thing, one of a kind. That's what I'm all about.
That's awesome. Now, how long have you been? How long has this operation been going?
About 2.5 years, man.
Two and a half.
It's
Okay.
been fun. I think 2022 was a lot about figuring my process out.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot about I went through 2 machines. I'm on my 3rd machine. Like I had to learn the cutting through leather and stitching through that amount of depth and stuff when I start layering and cross stitching and stuff. I blew out 2 machines and I went cheap on them and I said, all right, dude, if you're committed to this, you gotta, So I started putting some money in.
Yep.
I think the biggest vote of confidence, which would come from your wife, she tells me, look, all of your projects, whatever you're making a Bluetooth suitcase, something or whatever, you kind of lose interest after about 6 to 8 months. Well, you've been doing this for a year, and it's your most lucrative process. So I'm like, I stick with it.
Yep.
And then,
Yeah,
so 2022 was kind of like going Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, and getting my covers well made, I think, and solid. And then 2023 for me ended up being like okay, I love that the golf world is huge. When it comes to apparel, when it comes to small brands, forgive me, Roger, you and I are in the same world, dude.
Yep.
We are breaking through brand names. We're breaking through what it means for golf. We want the little guys to succeed. We want the little guys to like make it. So I started reaching out to a lot of them. I started saying, hey, look, 2023 for me was like swag swap year. I just I reached out with an email saying, hey, I'm going to make you this. I'll send it to you for free. Send me some of your stuff. I'm a size medium. And it was a fun year because I didn't buy a lot of polos or hell sweatpants for that year. So,
yeah. That's kind of where I am right now. Like I'm working on merch on my end, but like I have guests on like yourself, and then like they'll send me a polo or they'll send me a hat, and like I'm getting my balls busted at the golf course because every day I show up with a new hat on or a new polo on. I'm like, listen, I got to wear this stuff. I'm getting it all. I want to try it out, test it out, see what I like. So
hey Roger, are you sponsored by a big golf brand?
I'm sponsored by it's a small golfing. I have the Golfer CBD company that I'm sponsored by, a local dispensary, and a small. He's an author. Trouble Off the Tee, Marty Minden. He's just a small company. He has his book, and then he has a clothing line off of his book. So the hat I'm actually wearing, Trouble Off the Tee. But I don't reach out to. I'm never gonna reach out to a TaylorMade or a Titleist or a Callaway. I mean, if you see the guest I have on, it's all small. I don't really need to have that big name. Like if I get a big name, great, but I'm not looking for that. I'm looking to network and meet these people who are working from the ground up like myself.
Yes. And I want to reach out to the people who, I know it's kind of harsh to say it in this way, but you buy a driver, 3-wood, whatever, and it comes with a head cover, right?
Yep.
I'm not trying to put down TaylorMade or Titleist or Callaway or anybody. But at the same time, I believe truly that is one way to externally represent yourself from afar with your bag. Yes, you can have towels from wherever. You can have tags. You can have a lot of stuff. I'm in the cover business. I believe the covers need to represent you. And not putting down the big brands, but it's almost like you're wearing a Titleist hat when you have billions maybe not billions, millions, well, thousands, whatever it is, of small brands that really need your help, man.
Yep.
You're not being sponsored by anybody, so wear some small brands. Represent your, my 513, or represent whatever's good to you.
Yeah, exactly. That's why that's really what I like to do, because not only that, you're meeting people who have a cool story about a journey they've been on and now they're documenting it, or they're trying to start like yourself, just trying to get the business off the ground, get the name out there. You're not going to be, going on Joe Rogan or anything like that. I mean, so it's just a way to where you're hitting everybody that listens to this podcast. I'd say 90% of them are listening for golf. The other 10% are listening for the cannabis portion of it. But
sure,
the 90%, when they see who's Slick Willie, what's Slickest Golf, now they're going to be interested, especially guys my age. When I'm talking about the Turtles and the Ghostbusters, like my co-host JR, this kid still got cartoon characters all over the house because that's like kind of what he's into. That's Marvel. He's a Marvel guy. So the X-Men and all this, like that's his theme. Like that's his kind of thing. So I could see him hitting you up and saying, "Hey, I need a Wolverine head cover or something." You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm expecting from this.
And you know what, dude? Being a dad, you understand. Look, you can't pass on nostalgia. It's not something that can be. You can't drill your kids on that. But when you have something that you like from your childhood that your kids like, for me, it's like Sword in the Stone, or like the movies, or the pastimes that I just was in love with and know back to. I can't wait to, my oldest daughter is now watching Star Wars with me, which is awesome. But I can't wait to do Back to the Future and Goonies and all that. My nostalgic feel. You know what? If they don't like it, fine.
Right. I just did Goonies.
Though, man.
I just did. My daughter's 6. I just did the Goonies. I think I did it a little bit too early.
Oh, dude, I was gonna say 6, but okay.
I think I did it a little bit too early. I kind of had to fast forward through some of the parts.
Don't you think like the kid's mind watching Goonies?
Yeah.
Because the main character are somewhat in the realm of their age. Like they think they can see themselves as the Mikey or the Chunk or maybe Mouth or whatever.
Yeah.
Or for me, it was Data.
He was the best, man.
Yeah, they can draw out like, what if this happened to me? And that's so cool at that age for kids to be like, man. So we're off track. I mean, but it's cool to share nostalgia, right? It's cool.
Absolutely, yeah. I got her same thing. Like Turtles, she what the new Turtles movie that came out. She's like, Dad, can we go to the movie theater? Absolutely, let's go. Like, just because it's something I enjoyed and she wanted to go do it, I was like, all right, let's roll. So I try to keep her and let her do it. But she's got her princesses and her Barbies, and she does her own thing.
Oh, absolutely. Too, so, yeah.
We were actually supposed to go golfing tonight for the first time, get out there and play a couple holes, but we got a little rain late tonight. So I was like, all right, we got all summer. We'll pick another night where it's better.
And man, sharing golf with your kids is the most amazing thing.
Yeah, I can't wait. We got the putting mat out in the living room all winter long, and I got her a set for Christmas, so she sits there and practices, and I'll just be watching TV, and she'll have a couple balls up there just putting away. I'm like, this is great. I don't even have to say nothing. She wants to do it.
Love it, man. So it's a gift to have any interest in the sport. Is amazing.
Yep. So let's talk about a little bit about your golf game. You get out there a lot, or you're from Texas, right?
I'm from Michigan originally.
Okay.
I grew up across the lake from Chicago in St. Joe, Michigan. Michigan has great golf courses all the way up and down. On the Lake Michigan side, you can't make any exit without seeing golf courses. Arcadia Bluffs is there. We got a lot of great golf courses. I grew up with golfing parents. When my older sister and I were in the 80s, really young, they were the couple that had a group of 20 couples. We're talking 40 people. I think they called it like the Tuna Invitational or something like that.
Okay.
And it was every husband and every wife. They would all go golf. I mean, it was the 80s. They just found this thing that they all enjoyed doing. And so I had golf all around me, and it was great, but I just didn't have that passion for it. I probably played once or twice throughout high school, a year, maybe a little more in college, after college a little more, and then it wasn't until about 3 or 4 years ago when I said, "Look, I'm not an athlete anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not running up and down a field. I'm not, I'm scared to sprint."
Yep. Them
So
hamstrings.
you, I'm really scared now to sprint, but
Yeah, no doubt.
no, it's a fun thing about getting old where you can realize like golf is this golden opportunity to get good at something that. And you know what, dude? My dad is in his mid-70s and he beats me every time. His game has changed. He's not distance player anymore. But look, the dude is dialed every time. I wish though that we could have competed at some time. You know, my best game versus his in his prime. It's okay though. That's life. But
Right.
I find getting better at the sport so much fun, and I'm just kind of new to equipment and lessons or whatnot. So
Yeah, that's me. I'm similar to you. I'm 40, and I just started playing about. I think this is my seventh year of actually taking it serious. Same thing back in high school. I played every once in a while. Two of my good friends growing up were on the high school team. They're hitting the ball straight. I was the lefty baseball player using righty golf clubs. I'm all over the place. Like I was looking for my ball more than I was playing golf. So
yeah,
it wasn't really enjoyable. But once I got to a point where I couldn't chase a kid up and down the court, like playing in a flag football league and a men's basketball league and guarding an 18-year-old, and he's zipping past me like it's nothing. I'm like, all right, get me out of here. So then I started picking up golf and doing like tournaments with guys, scrambles. So I was getting a little bit more comfortable and playing small par threes. And then I moved up to like a 9-hole par four course. But just learning how to swing the club was my biggest thing because of the lefty righty
yeah,
transition. I mean, 5 years ago, I was shooting 120s consistent. Now I'm shooting 85s and under pretty consistent.
yeah.
So it's just a process, man. And that's the thing I love about it. Because I'm an athlete, I'm competitive. I wasn't good. So I literally, like I told you before, I play 5, 6 days a week. And it's now I'm actually starting to practice shit opposed to just going out there and trying to hit the ball as far as I can.
Okay, Roger, you got me thinking about something. You said you had two high school dudes on the golf team.
Yep.
I did too. Two of my best buddies to this day. Now, do you still play with them?
No, I lost contact with them. I mean, I see them
Okay.
every once in a while, but not like that. We're not boys like that anymore, unfortunately.
All right. Regardless, let's talk about something that I have realized only being on the other side. I
Okay.
believe that there is a hump that any beginner golfer, anybody getting into golf, or anybody that thinks they can't play with somebody else, they can't, or they're like, I'm not that good, so I'm going to pass on golf.
Yep.
But then there's this hump that you get over. Yes, you do have to get out. You do have to practice, but there's this hump that you get over where you're like, and for me, I think it was starting to carry a handicap a couple
Yeah.
years ago. That was a huge, monumental change for me. But I think there's just this hump where you can say, hey, do you golf? Yeah, I'm not that good. You don't want to invite me. It's like, no, dude, you're a fun dude. I want to hang out with you, and the golf course is a place to do that. But to get over that hump of being like, my skill level actually doesn't matter.
Yep.
We are going out to have fun. A lot of people struggle to find that. A lot of people struggle to get over that hump. But once you do, and you realize how fun golf is at any level, is awesome.
And it's really just about the camaraderie. Like I'm out there, we got
Yeah.
guys in the pitch putt and puff. Like we got Fairway Mike. He's a retired truck driver. He's in his 70s. He's out there hanging out with us guys in our 40s. We got a couple of younger guys and then a couple other guys in the mix. But it's literally like you could pick up the phone on a Tuesday afternoon and hit up one of the guys. Hey, is anybody not working today? You want to go play a round of golf? 9 out of 10 times, someone's going to jump in that group and go play some golf. So that's the cool thing about golf too, is it just how it brings so many different people from different lives and different worlds, different parts of the life and all that shit together, which is great. It's not just
And
a
then
rich old white man sport anymore. It's everybody.
right. And then you and I both know, I'm 40 as well. You and I both know the best thing in the world, any level player getting a big group to go out to a house and a course for a weekend.
Yep,
I mean,
absolutely.
the golf weekends, I don't care if we'll assume you're a 30 handicap or whatever. I'd love to be in your cart. I'd love to be your partner.
Yep.
Like it doesn't matter. You get out there because you're. It makes you play stronger knowing you like, hey, I got to pick up a slack or something, or it makes them like surprise you. How good. It's just fun all around to be around your buddies. Golf weekend, I think, is the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, I got one buddy I work with. I just got a new set of irons this year, and he's been poking at me about, yo, you think how much are clubs and how much is this and that. So I sold him my old set, and we went out for the first time a couple weeks ago, and it was just a bullshit round at the same 9-hole course I learned at, and it was just teaching him little things like, all right, you got to make sure he was standing a little bit open. I'm like, make sure you're square to the hole, make sure your hands are like this. He calls me the next day. He's sending me videos from the driving range. Hey, look at this. I was hitting this one a lot straighter. So now he caught the bug. So I told him, I said,
I would say so. If he's taking videos and I'd say he's catching that bug.
He caught the bug. So I have a tournament coming up in the end of June. And I said, you know what, dude, I'm going to bring you with us. You're going to be the fourth guy. I'm not expecting you to be Tiger Woods. I got 2 other really good golfers playing with us. You come with us, you build the confidence to see what we're doing. Watch me, watch these other guys, watch what we're doing. These guys, the other guys I'm going with, are both better than me. So that's like, opposed to sitting there and like, yeah, you can beat balls into the ground all day. You're definitely it's going to help. But you got to see what other people are doing in order for you to pick, unless you're going to go get lessons, which I don't think he's going to do. But like play with better golfers, because I feel like when you play with better golfers, your performance upgrades as well.
Absolutely. And you know what? A scramble is some of the best way for somebody to understand the game a little bit more.
Yep.
Look, I think I am still in a 4-man scramble, depending on who I'm with. I still think I am the safe driver off the tee. I think I go first off the tee, safe, everyone blast it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm still there.
Yep.
In a 4-man scramble, I think I'm still that guy. I don't care about distance. I care about accuracy. But it's like, it's so much fun to graduate into a blasting role. It's so much fun to bring somebody in to take that role, or whatever it is. It's just getting the people together. It's great.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start being the anchor to the putting on the way I've been putting lately. Shout out Lombardi. The way I've been putting.
Son, I lost so many strokes on the green today. No joke.
How are the greens? The greens out there got to be wicked fast, huh?
You would say that, but then when we got out yesterday, they were aerated for some reason. I don't know what Hawaii does, what their weather is, but they were aerated and super slow. So it only took us, 9 holes to realize you can literally hit the distance and it'll stop.
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
it sucks.
It sucks to be a bad putter. I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's one part of the game I really focused on practicing this year was my chipping and putting. When I get off the tee, I'm halfway decent. Even if I'm not down the middle, if I'm just off in the rough, right or left, I don't lose a lot of balls. It's just I don't hit them straight. Sometimes I'll snap hook one and a ground ball kind of thing. But my recovery shots, I can pretty much from where I am put myself back in play. But
it's those new irons, baby. It's those new irons. They're working for you.
Them M6s, man, I love them. And but my short game, I used to skull the ball. I used to try to get too cute with the chip and trying to spin it, do all this and that. I can't do that shit. Now I just nice and easy, swing it like a putter, get it close to the hole, make that 3-4 footer, keep myself within a hula hoop is my goal. And it's been working out pretty good so far this year.
We got to raise ourselves like they did raising college athlete golfers, which is like, we're going to take the pin out of play in your approach shot. Get on the green.
Yep.
That's that mentality where like, let's not be pin seekers anymore until we can be. Exactly.
Absolutely. That's the thing too. Like I stopped aiming for the pin and just aiming center of the green. That's a lot of this on my approach shots. That's a lot. My second shot's in. It's 150 out, 140 out. Okay, I could swing at the pin. The pin's the left side of the green. I'm probably going to snap it to the left. So why not just aim at the center, hit it straight, 2-putt par, and get out of here.
Start writing down your putts. Start writing down your gurs. It'll start becoming really apparent to you where your game is.
Yep, absolutely. So Willie, man, you sent me a package here.
You got a package from me.
I've been anticipating. So this has been like a little kid on Christmas trying to
I
hold
got
back.
when did you get that? Like 2 weeks ago?
No, I think I got it last. I got it. I think like a week and a half ago now, maybe.
I was so excited that you decided you were gonna wait, dude. I rarely get to see an unboxing, so
No, let's see what we got here. I got some tape all over this joint here. So yeah, I've been. My wife is like, "You're really not going to open that?" I said, "No." I said, "This guy was nice enough to hook me up with a."
hey Roger, while you're doing that, I'm gonna commentate. I'm gonna talk about you for a second. Okay. So everybody, I want you to look behind Roger's microphone. There's a logo, and he sent me that logo. Also said that it was he kind of patched it together with some stuff he found online or whatever.
Some clip art.
I'm like, I'm not gonna use that clip art. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of reinvent it. I didn't take too much away from it. I kept the essence of it. Roger,
Sure.
you know you're gonna get these logos like the one that's on this, and you might have to get a new flag.
All right, let's see here. My man's got the turf on the bottom of the box and everything, man. Slickest Golf. Oh boy. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this thing is fire. Yo, this is it right here, man. This is so cool.
Now Roger, you knew what was coming on the front, but I kind of did something on the back for you.
Got
a little microphone golf ball.
A little microphone golf ball. That is awesome, dude. Really, man, I really appreciate this, dude. This is everybody's gonna notice this on the back of my bag. That's for damn sure.
Good.
That is awesome. Let's get this right out of the plastic here. Let's get a little touch on this bad boy. This is nice, man. This is really, really, really nice. Set this down. I love that. I love the turf on the bottom of the box too.
Well, VIPs only. VIPs
Okay.
only. Or big gifters, I guess.
That's cool, man. And then we got the little patch, as well as the keychain. Make sure I hang that off of the bag as well. Wow. Yeah, dude, this is sweet. This is sweet. Check this bad boy out.
I think it turned out pretty nice, dude. I think it's super. What I like about it, and I'll just tell you, front and back is super monochrome, grays, whites, dark grays, blacks, and then there's that amber. And I think it kind of just is so small, but it pops. It pops a little bit,
I love it, dude. I think this is sweet. It's got the little tea holder right on the side, too.
Check out what tea that is.
What do we got here?
Pufferington Golf.
No doubt. Okay. That's great. I'll be using that.
If you don't know, check them out.
I did. I reached out to them. We had a schedule issue. They were supposed to.
They got the golf ball grinders.
Yeah, the 420 grinders. They got the. I think they actually have like a pitch or a putt or something. They do something like that.
Yep.
So I seen that. I was like, oh man, my name's kind of close to that. But no, really, this is awesome, dude. I really appreciate this.
Good, man.
So
thanks
cool.
Hey, listen, thank you for having me on.
No, this is awesome.
I love what you're doing.
Thank you. My whole goal, man, is like I said, is really. Oh, this is cool too. Another card with the logo on the back. That's awesome.
You can open up all that garbage later. It teaches you how to put your club head cover on.
Gotcha. That's so cool. But before we wrap up, man, I like to ask. I always do 3 questions. What's your favorite club in your bag?
Okay. I'd have to say right now it's my 5-iron.
Okay.
I do have a 4-iron, and I believe it is way distant from the way that I swing it. I do swing my 6-7 very well, but for some reason I always connect with my 5-iron. It's like become my favorite wedge, like you have your favorite wedge that some people use their 60 or 56 or, whatever around the green, and you have to rely on it because it delivers every time. Like my 5-iron is that club.
Yep. That's my 7-iron. Same thing. I can do everything I need to do with it.
Yes, exactly.
Yep. I can hit a bump and run. I can loft it up and get it up over a tree if I need to. There's a bunch of different
I
things.
can putt with my 5-iron really well,
Yeah, I've seen
especially
people. Yeah.
if you ever play the game 3-putt poker, which is a fantastic game. Using something besides a putter can make you a lot of money.
Huh. Okay. No, we never play that. We usually play snake, where the 3 putts. Whoever's got the last 3 putt gets the snake, and then usually has to
I think
cash
it's
out at
kind
the
of
end of the day.
I think it's kind of the same deal. Add a deck of cards, and I think we're talking about the same thing.
Gotcha. Gotcha. My other question would be: what's your favorite course you ever played?
Honestly, I have two answers. One, my favorite course in terms of what I think is the most beautiful, hardest, best, whatever, is right here in Maui. The plantation course. It is the most beautiful. I've never turned around every single corner to find a tee box and look down the hole and say, "This is the most beautiful hole I have ever seen."
Yeah.
However, I have to say my favorite course in the world is Leland Country Club up in Leland, Michigan. It is a course that we vacation with our families, and we get out and play as much as we can. And those are the courses. They're almost home courses, but vacation at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's I call my time up vacation with my family up in Leland as like surf and turf. It's
Okay.
like golf and surfing. It's the best of both worlds. So Leland Country Club, but yeah,
Nice.
the
Nice.
plantation course. How about you?
Mine was I actually down in Texas. I played Slick Rock a couple years ago. It's probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours outside of Austin, I think. We went down there for my buddy Tim's wedding. We did a scramble out there. There was about, I think we had 24 guys maybe, so 6 groups out there. It was a great time. It's just the scenery of it because up
Yeah,
here in the Northeast, we're looking at pine trees and everything else all the time. So to get out there and see, some cactuses and some really crisp green
I
grass and shit
know.
like that, it was
And
cool.
it's also maybe how you played it the first time, second time, whatever. Like if you
Yep.
did actually play it well, that might be right your course.
Right.
Cactuses,
Yeah. Something different,
you
man.
know.
Something different. I played in Aruba um, when I literally first started playing. And my wife's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the beach for the day." I was like, "I think I'm gonna go try to get around to golfing." I rented the clubs. It was like $200 to rent the clubs and 9 holes.
Hold up, was this honeymoon?
No, it was a couple years after a honeymoon.
Okay.
Went down to the Divvy Divvy, played golf down at the Divvy Divvy Aruba. I think I shot. I actually did end up playing 18 holes. It was just a 9 hole course with 2 different tee boxes, and I shot like a 130. The wind off of the ocean, I never really had to play in anything like that. I was hitting a ball, I feel like it's going straight. The gust of wind would come, and see you later. I'm like, man, how is this happening? Once I figured out, there was one shot, dude, where I used to hit my pitching wedge like 100 yards at the time. I hit this one up, it went about a buck 70. I didn't even hit it solid. It just caught the gust of wind and took off. It sailed the green, almost killed somebody. It was a show out there.
Wind is fun,
Absolutely.
ain't it?
Oh, that's what I've been dealing with up here in the Northeast, man. It's been extremely windy lately.
And here we were dealing with just sweeping winds. It's fun though. It
Yeah,
puts everybody in their place.
yeah, it's a challenge. You definitely have to adjust your game for it. And then the last question is, what's one thing you want to improve on this year on the golf course?
I had my very first lesson earlier this year. I learned I was taking my I was hitting out, out to in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have taken that one lesson, and I don't want to put down getting lessons because I want to get more, but I also want to like really spend the time on the range and practice these things, take it to the course. That one, hour and a half, I think my entire iron shot changed. Um, I do also watch a lot of YouTube tutorials and such, which
Yep.
some people say good. I think if I fill my head with golf, it's good no matter what.
Right.
But the one thing that I want to um, work on, practice, get better at is really being in my 40s and golfing.
Yep.
I don't want to feel stupid stretching on the ground on the tee box. I don't want to feel stupid like I don't know what I don't know what the 40s are like because I'm still playing with guys in their 20s and 30s and stuff, and I don't. But I'm also a dad and I'm older, and I'm like I'm confident in myself. Whatever. I know I play better when I hit the range first. I know I play better when I stretch out, and it's just be confident in finding your best game.
Yep.
Whether that's like I am not going to, put in that Zin every third hole. I am not going to, hit the pen every third hole. I'm not going to have 6 beers aside. I'm not going to whatever, or I am going to stretch, whatever it is, to recognize the rounds that you play the best. What the hell did you do?
Yep.
Did you, slow down? Did you practice a putt for or a chip? How many times did you do something? Were you calm? Were you focused? How much caffeine did you have? Trying to, I like a lot of the fun that we have on the golf course. Sometimes you get wrapped up in it and you blame your golf game on how many nooners you had on that round, or you blame your golf game on getting too high or something like that.
Yep.
Finding that balance is always that fun, not letting it deal fully with like your game, but at the same time, knowing your limits is something I gotta just kind of dial in, because what is the best thing about playing golf at our level at 40 is like playing really good golf.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care about scores or whatever, but like really knowing that you hit the ball well, you weren't distracted by substances or things or.
The whole round is just focus. That's literally. So the other day, I usually go out and I don't know if I have one with me, but I do actually. So I got to look like these little hit kit things, and they can hold 2 joints in there. So I call it the front 9, back 9. Well, I left this in the car, and I had one for the front 9. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna make this last the whole 18 holes. I played great. I wasn't like, there's times out there on Sundays where I'm overdoing. I think I shot like an 82. My putting was lights out. I was making 10, 15 footers like it was the tap in. My chipping was all within pretty good distance. Like I was playing really, getting off the tee good. Everything was just clicking. So then I said to myself the next day, I was like, all right, I'm gonna take it down a notch and just try to focus. I think I triple bogeyed the first hole, double bogeyed the second. Then I fired one up. I was like, all right, that wasn't it. But it's just like you're saying though, just to get the whole focus down for a full 18 holes. That's what I need to do, because I either have a good front 9 or back 9. I need to put them together and break that 76.
One and I never like to spout my own advice because I don't have any, but like advice that one of my best friends gave me when I was, like 2 under, Leland Country Club, 2 under, playing with my father-in-law through 6. And then maybe a comment was made. Maybe something happened. I got out of my head game and triple doubled. I go, I'm so mad that it got into my head. He goes, well, you know that it's in there. You know that you have it.
Yep.
So like you said, good 9, bad 9. You know you have it.
Right.
It's in there.
Yep.
Trying to dial it in is my struggle right now. Like trying to dial that in to know exactly how you play your best golf, which is different for everybody, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. And I realized that once I started playing like in a league and playing competitive, how much like I also like try not to let the course play me now and play the course, opposed to hitting it as far as I can and going for the fancy flop shot and all that. Now I just get it there. It's been a huge difference.
I'm 5'6", baby. I don't hit it as far. Okay, I got to play the course.
Yep, you got to play the course, man. It's the way you got to do it. Well, Willie, man, I don't want to take too much of your time up. But get you down to the beach, man. I really appreciate you jumping on. I can't thank you enough for this head cover. This is literally, man. This is the coolest shit I've got yet. This is awesome.
I'm glad you like it, man.
With the mic on the back too. That's super cool. Super cool. That's awesome.
Well, hey Roger, I got to thank you for getting me on the podcast. I think you and I we're doing the work. We are
Yep.
putting in the effort. We are trying to do our thing, man.
That's it.
You do
That's
your
it.
thing, I do mine, but we meet in the middle like we are right now.
Yep.
Let's do our things. We don't, we don't care besides doing what we like to do and being married to the game.
That's it. That's it. And if there's anything I can help you out with in the future, you got any new product line coming out, whatever I can do to help, man, feel free to, you got my number. You can hit me up anytime for sure. One last thing. Where can everybody find you?
I don't have a website.
Okay.
I am at Slickest Golf on Instagram. I will have a website soon. I'll tell you, I do not make putter covers right now, but I have a 600-pound embroidery machine, industrial size 15 needle thing, waiting to be turned on. So soon I will do that. But right now it's just, custom covers, drivers, woods, hybrids, and slickestgolf@gmail.com. Hit me up. I like to work with you to figure out what you want or what somebody that you're gifting it wants. I want to make something special.
Awesome. Like you did here with this dope head cover. Once again, man, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Make sure everybody goes and checks out the Slickest Golf on Instagram. Willie, thank you once again, man. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, Roger. Thanks for having me on, man. Mahalo.
Take care. Shout out to Slick Willie, man. This head cover is absolute fire. This is like the coolest custom I've ever seen. The microphone effect on the back. He's got the T slot in there. I already just dropped it. Sorry. But yeah, shout out to Willie. Really appreciate him coming on. We've been working on the timing thing for a long time. I'm glad we got it figured out. But once again, like I said, we got the Golfer CBD, golfercbd.com. Make sure you guys go and check them out. They have a bunch of different product lines. They have the creams you see here. They have the performance cream. They also have the gummies. The gummies are, I tried these the other day. These taste really good. And as well as the oil spray. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more of a breakdown as the episodes go here of what each one of these does. As well as I'm going to have the owner of the company on the podcast. He's on a golf trip right now. So as soon as he gets back, we're going to set something up, get him on here, and have him really explain and break down the products for you. Excuse me. Really excited to be working with Golfers CBD. This is a really cool company. Like I said, a bunch of different options that they have to offer all us golfers, especially the guys, my age. We're all in our late 30s, early 40s now. This is the type of stuff, instead of putting icy hot or popping those pills that you don't need. Rub some CBD on it, baby. Golfercbd.com. Use promo code PPP10 and make sure you check them out. Now, don't forget to check out our longest sponsor, Forward 20 Bliss, located at 740 Hoosick Road in Troy, New York, right in the Walmart Plaza. Stop in there. They got all your THC needs, your gummies, your flour, your pre-rolls, your edibles, you name it, they got it. This stuff even smells good. Tinctures, they got it all. Let Ty and the crew know that the Pitch Putt and Puff crew sent you, as well as my man Marty at Trouble Off the Tee. TroubleOffTheTee.com. We got promo code RGB for 15% off, as well as the limited time offer on the polos. That's promo code RGB, promo code PUFF for buy one, get one free on the polos. So make sure you check that out. That is a limited time offer. Make sure you take advantage of it. And then last but not least, the Putter Shop. He was nice enough to hook us up with a wonderful promo code for PPPP, 4 Ps and a 15 at the end. PPPP15 at theputtershop.com. Make sure you check him out. He's got a great deal with Sirixon on different options. And then I got to give a shout out to Lombardi, Paul over at Lombardi Golf. The PS99 has been sinking pars and birdies for me all week now. That's the one part of my game that has stayed true is the putting. So shout out to Paul in Team Lombardi. Really excited to be a member of Team Lombardi. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. Been a real busy couple weeks here on the podcast. Going to really start to slow this down a little bit. Going to really focus on getting some golf content out. Going to start falling back on the guests. The summer's coming. Going to be a little bit tough to line things up the way I'm doing it right now. So most likely you'll see 3 episodes a week. But I appreciate all the support, everybody tuning in. I still have a couple of hit kits available if anybody's interested. Hit me up in the DMs, and don't forget to check out Legends New York Golf Club. Big news coming out of the Legends camp, so stay tuned for that. Michael will be back on tomorrow. We'll do the Thursday episode. It'll be Michael. So from Legends Legends IE out in California. So make sure you check the Legends pages out. Big things coming here in New York. Something planned for the 4th of July. So stay tuned. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow night with the Legends Golf Club out of California. Later.